Preparing your CSV file. The things we're going to cover in this are what types of formats you need for your CSV file, what are the column names you need, can you customize those column names, and then also what if you have tree specifications like for species, heritage tree, landmark, and different classifications for those types of trees. In CanopyCode, you can come up to click Import CSV. It has a helpful pop-up box. Required formatting is a CSV UTF-8, or it's recommended actually. And you can also use CSV file formatting, just regular. You do file save as in Excel, and that'll get you where you need to. For the required columns, you have the tree ID, species, DBH. For optional columns, you can have condition, and then you could have either X and Y, northern, eastern, and latitude and longitude. You just need one of those if you would have coordinates. Notes, that's the one that is helpful. Specimen tree information, like you can have it called specimen, protected, landmark, heritage. And then if you want to have thresholds for all those to look back at, you can have one classification column. Column mapping is if you are labeling something that's different than what CanopyCode is looking for. It'll ask you, what does this column mean? What do you actually mean it to be? It'll do that automatically. And then you can go into configuration settings and customize those column names as well. Let's look at all that. So for required, these are the required columns that you would have from a CSV file. For optional, this has required in it as well. You have the tree ID, species, DBH. For optional, you have condition over here. Northern, eastern is good to have 3 decimal places. Here's the notes as well. Here's the classifications column. That is a catch-all for those specimen tree or tree classification settings. And if you have your own naming things that don't match exactly, I'm just going to do column mapping. So say you have tree ID or tag or something, or common name, it says species name, and DBH inches said just DBH. So you get what I'm saying. But northern and eastern, and then classification, or if you had specimen trees, those need to keep the same name and the same spelling. But the other ones we can do column mapping with. With CanopyCode, you have to make sure you have the CSV file closed before you import it. If you forget, it'll remind you in the bottom. It says I can't import it because it's open. So I'm going to close that, and we're going to go to CanopyCode. So if I did those other ones that have required and optional, it wouldn't ask me to do any column mapping. It would come in correctly. So we're going to go to Import CSV and hit OK. I'm going to bring in that column mapping one with the different names. Here it goes. We've got the tree number. We want it to be tree ID. So we come here. Common name, we want that to be species. DBH, we want just inches, we want it to be DBH. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest. Notes. There we go, it's importing. It's not going to actually put anything visibly in there yet, but we're bringing them into the database. Nothing's being updated, so we're going to see here it says 611 trees added, or trees being to add. Hit import. If you want to verify everything's in there, you hit edit tree data. You can see that there's 611 trees, and scroll through here. Nothing's changed, so I'm going to hit OK. And then where we go to configuration settings, this is where you have the classification information. A lot of time is when you bring this open it up, it'll have that unchecked. You click it. If no group is there, you hit add classification group. This is where you can put in your own custom information. If it's specimen tree, heritage tree, landmark tree, protected, abbreviation. These are the thresholds that you saw in the column we had before. Each tree, you can filter it in CanopyCode, or you can do it in a CSV file, Excel. You sort the species name, and then you go in and add, if it's an overstory hardwood, whatever the municipality needs it to be, soft wood, evergreen, understory. For this example, we have hardwood, understory, evergreen, 24 inches or more, 15 inches or more, and 30 inches or more. You can add or delete thresholds. I didn't change anything. I just hit save. And then, going back to the configuration settings, this is where you can change the table column name. So if you have your own information, the tree ID, you can say tree tag, tree number. And whenever you change these, when you import, you can save this as a preset. And then whenever you import those other CSV files, it will then recognize these and not ask you to column map it. It will go ahead and recognize it automatically. For the tables that you add, they'll update the tables with these column names as well. Alright, that's preparing your CSV file.